students, how are you all? I hope that you all are doing great. Welcome to your channel Math D1 D2 Scientific Academy. Today our lecture is related to chapter 5, which is quadratic equations. Your book is D2 Math and SM2, and I am going to explain you question number 3 of exercise 5b. Question number 3 is two consecutive positive numbers are such that the sum of their squares is 113. Find the two numbers. So here first we have to assume that what is the numbers. Okay ji. So suppose, okay, this is exercise 5b. Alright, so suppose first positive number is x and second is x plus 1. They are saying in the question that two consecutive positive numbers are such that the sum of their squares is 113. It means that we have to take the squares of both numbers and the sum of their squares, that it means that you will add. Okay, so this is the sum of their squares. So the sum of their squares is equal to 113. Okay, students, as you can see that this is a simple square, but here we can use the identity over here. This is a plus b whole square. We can use the identity, and you know that what is the identity of a plus b whole square? When there are two numbers in between, there's a plus and minus, and it's a whole square, so you have to use the identity. So a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here I'm going to use this identity over here. This is x plus 1 whole square. So a is x and b is 1. So we use this formula, this identity over here. So a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to 113. Let's solve it. X square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 113. So as you can see that these two x squares are adding, so add them, 1x square and 1x square. You can add the like terms together. So x square plus x square will be 2x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 113. 113 is adding over here. When we come to this side, will be subtracted. So the equation will become 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 113 is equal to 0. So your identity would be equal to 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 113. Plus minus is minus, which means that you will subtract 1 from 113 and you have to write down the sign of the bigger number, which is minus. So you will get minus 112 is equal to 0. Now you can take 2 common from this identity. So let's take 2 common. So x square. So 2x square plus x minus and now you can see that 2 5s are 10 and 2 6s are 12 is equal to 0. Now this 2 is multiplying over here. When it will come to this side, will be divided with 0 and will become 0. So x square plus x minus 56 is equal to 0 over 2. I have moved this 2 to this side. It's multiplying over here. When it will come to this side, it will be divided. And when you will divide 2 with 0, you will get 0. So your equation is x square plus x minus 56 is equal to 0. So let's do it. So I'm writing the equation over here, which is x square plus x minus 56 is equal to 0. Now you have to choose two factors. Okay, now we can factorize it. Okay, what you need to do is multiply first and the last number. So when you will multiply 56 and 1, so you will get 56. Here the coefficient is 1. So when you will multiply 56 with 1, you will get 56. Now you have to choose two factors. That when you will multiply, you will get 56. And when you will add or subtract, you get the mid coefficient, which is 1. So you can see that the factors are 8 and 7. 8 7 is a 56, and when you will subtract 7 from 8, so you will get 1. So it means that the factors are 8 and 7. So in place of the mid term, you are going to write down these two factors. So let's do it. 8 and 7. So write down the first term as it is. Now this sign, okay, you have to follow the two rules to write down the factors. The first rule is that you have to write down this number, this sign over here. And first you have to write down the bigger factor. So the two factors are 8 and 7. And the factors are 8 and 7. So first write down the bigger factor, which is 8x. Now you have to choose the other sign. What should be the other sign so that you can get 1? So if it's plus, the other sign should be minus. Because when you will subtract 7 from 8, then you will get 1. Now write down the last term as it is. And is equal to 0. Now what's common from these two terms? As you can see, that is x square plus 8x. So here you can see that x is common from these two terms, so you can take x common. So what will be left? X is left and 8 is left inside it, because you have taken x common, so 8 is left over here, and you have, this is x square, so 1x we have taken common, 1x is left. From these two terms, as you can see that 7 and 56, both numbers are divisible by 7. So you can take 7 common. So x, and 7 8s are 56. As you are taking minus and also common, so when you're taking minus and common, sign inside the bracket will be changed. So this will become plus. 7 8s are 56. Now from this term and this term, you can see that x plus 8 is present. So you can take x plus 8 common. Now what is left inside it? Here x is left and here 7 is left, because we have taken x plus 8 common, is equal to 0. Now these both brackets are equal to 0. So let's write them. X plus 8 is equal to 0 and x minus 7 is equal to 0. So here x is equal to minus 8 and here x is equal to 7. When you will move this 8 to this side, to the right hand side, it will become minus because it's adding over here. And subtracting over here, move to the right hand side, it will be added. So this positive sign will come. Actually students, now you can see that this is x. Okay, we cannot take a negative value because in the question it was written that sum of two positive numbers. So we just have to consider the positive number. So if x is 7, the other positive number was x plus 1. So 7 plus 1 will be equal to 8. So your first positive number is 7 and the other positive number is 8. So 7 and 8 are your answer. Okay, so I hope that question number 3 is clear to you. Now let's move forward to question number 4. Okay, so question number 4 is the difference between two positive numbers is 7 and the square of their sum is 289. Find the two numbers. So here the difference between two positive numbers is 7 and the square of their sum is 289. So find the two numbers. You have to find out the two numbers. Let's do it. Alright, so we are supposing that suppose the first number is x and the other number is x plus 1. The difference between two, so it means that x minus 1. So the first positive number is x, and we are assuming that the other number is x plus 7. They are saying that the difference between two positive numbers is 7 and the square of their sum is 289. So we have to take the square of their sum. So their sum would be equal to x and x plus 7. So sum of their square is equal to 289. So now we are going to open the bracket. So what we will get, x plus 7 whole square is equal to 289. So x plus x is 2x. So 2x plus 7 whole square is equal to 289. Now we are having the identity. So we are going to open it now. A plus b whole square. We are using this identity, which is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. We are using this identity over here. So a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to 289. Now 2x square will be equal to 4x square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 7s are 28, 28x 2 is a 4x square plus 2 is a 4 7 is a 28x and plus 7 7 is a 49. As you can see that this 289 is adding over here. It will come to this side, it will be subtracted, and here just 0 is left in the right hand side. Now 4x square plus 28x. Now plus 49 minus 289. Plus minus is minus. So it means that you will subtract 49 from 289. So when you will subtract 49 from 289, so what you will get? You will get 240. You have to write down the sign of the bigger number. So you will write in minus sign. Now you can take 4 common. Okay, what's left inside it? X square plus 4 7s are 28x. And 4 6 are 24. And 0. This 4 is multiplying with this bracket. It will come to this side. It will be divided with 0 and will become 0. So the equation would be x square plus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. When this 4 will come to this side, it will be divided with 0 and will become 0. Okay, now we will solve the rest of the sum. Okay, now our equation is x square plus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. Now we can factorize it. Okay, but what we need to do is you have to multiply the first and the last number. Okay, here the coefficient is 1. Where there is no coefficient means that the coefficient over there is 1. Now 61 are 60 and the midterm is 7. Now you have to choose two factors that when you will multiply them you will get 60, and when you will add or subtract you will get 7. So what are those two factors? So 12 5 is 60. Those two factors are 12 and 5. When you will multiply 12 with 5 you will get 60. 12 5 is 60. And when you will subtract 5 from 2 you will get 7. It means that those two factors are 12 and 5. So let's take these two factors which are 12 and 5. Alright. So write down the first term as it is. Now follow the rule to write down the factors. First write down this sign over here. And whenever you write down the factors, first you have to write down the bigger factor. So first you will write down 12. So 12x. Now you have to choose other sign. What should be the other sign so that you can get 7? So that the sign should be minus, because when you will subtract 5 from 12, then you will get 7. Now write down the last term as it is, which is 60. Alright, now what you can take common from the first two terms, as you can see that x is present in both terms. So you can take x common. This is x square, so 1x is left over here. And this is 12x. X you have taken common, so 12 is left over here. Minus, you can take 5 common because 60 is divisible by 5 and 5 is also divisible by 5. So x, as we are taking minus common, so the sign inside the bracket will be changed. So now this sign will become plus. And 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10 is equal to 0. Now you can take common. X plus 12 is here in this term, it's also here in this term. So you can take x plus 12 common. So what's left from this term? X is left, and what's left from this term? It's 5 is left, minus 5. So both terms are equal to 0. Now these both terms are equal to 0, make them equal to 0. So x plus 12, when 12 will, if we will move 12 to the right hand side, it will become minus 12. 0 minus 12 is minus 12. And this 5 is subtracting over here, it will go to the right hand side, it will be added in 0 and it will become 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. Actually students, now as in the question it was written that positive number, so it means that we have to consider the positive number. So here we are going to do it. We are going just considering positive numbers. So we'll consider this number, which is 5. So x is equal to 5. The other number was x plus 7. So 5 plus 7 will be equal to 12. So it means that the other positive number is x plus 7 and it's equal to 12. So these are the two numbers. Okay, this is the first positive number which we have assumed at the start, x and x plus 7. So these are the two numbers, okay, 5 and 12. So this is your answer. I hope that it's clear to you. Okay, so I hope that today's lecture is clear to you, the practice of these sums, because when you do the practice then this concept will be more clear to you. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.